everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I've got another process video for you today. This is the last process video in my Using Circles on Scrapbook Pages series. Of course, there are probably lots of other ways, lots of other ideas that you could use circles, but I am giving you 5 ideas just to get you started. And this one can actually kind of piggyback off of one of the other ideas that I had, which was using the circle punches. So anytime that you have scrap paper, break out a circle punch and just punch that scrap piece of paper into little circles, and then you can use those circles as embellishments and accents on future layouts. But something else that you can do when you've got a circle punch, especially if you're not using scrap paper, something else you can do, as I am doing right here, is to punch out sort of your own circle background. So I don't have an electronic die cut machine, although I do have a Spellbinder's Grand Caliber. So if I was using like a bigger piece of paper or I wanted to be doing circles in a variety of different sizes, I could certainly use that to sort of punch circles out of a piece of paper and then back it with a different piece of pattern paper, like a contrasting one, as I'm doing right here. And that just really it's just another way to sort of add visual interest to your page. If you do have a die cut machine, obviously you could just, cut out a cut file or something and then back the cut file. But I don't have that, so this is the way that I'm kind of doing it. And I'm doing it with circles because I have the smaller circle punches. I'm still using my 1.5 and 1 inch circle punches. And the photo that I'm doing this with is a photo of my daughter with a bubble wand. And so I wanted there to be circles to really make it almost seem like they're bubbles behind the photo. So I kind of did something a little crazy with this layout. I had a full 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper from the Vicki Boutin storyteller line, I think. I think it's Vicki Boutin. Whether it's from Storyteller, now I have no idea. But anyway, it was a full 12 by 12 piece, but I wanted my circle punches, or I wanted my circles to be more in the middle. And since those little punches don't extend far enough into the page, I couldn't use them to punch in the middle. Now again, could I have used my Spellbinder's Grand Caliber? Probably, although that is only 8.5 by 11 inch size, so I still would have had to do some sort of creative cutting going on. So I just cut the 12 by 12 piece of paper into 3 sections, the middle, and then ended up punching one of those sections, putting it in the middle, and then Frankensteining it all together in the back with washi tape. And I don't think you can really tell that I cut the paper apart and sort of like, the background of it is so sort of watercolory and different shades of that teal kind of all over the place. And with the photo and the embellishments and everything, I don't think it's like it messes with the pattern that much. Certainly you would have to think a little bit more about what you're doing with a different type of pattern paper. Stripes would probably be fine because you're not going to be able to tell that there are stripes. But yeah, something that's like floral or whatever might be a little bit different, a little bit difficult to hide. So anyway, I just went with it. And this is what I created. So I ended up putting that punched circle background in the middle of my page, my 12 by 12 layout. And then I backed it with a separate floral paper. I can't remember what collection it was from, but it's a bright, like flowery paper. And I just like the way that the flowers sort of pop through all those circles. And it's a very, just kind of like, you can do your punched circles however, just make your own pattern. I did the same thing with a paper issues layout that I created several months ago. I actually did it during one of my paper issues lives, and those you can still find in the paper issues friends and fans Facebook group. But I just did sort of like a hodgepodge, mishmash. I just punched. I didn't really think too hard about it. I just punched, and it ended up turning out really cool. It looked really neat. Again, with the smaller punches, you can only do it on a small strip of paper, so that's just something to keep in mind. If you want to do it on a larger piece of paper, break out a manual die cut machine, or if you have a cut file machine, use a cut file. but I really like the way that the pattern paper peeks through those circles. So then I'm just adding in a bunch of different embellishments from my stash. The photo was taken last fall, so I wanted to use some fall type embellishments. Amy Tangerine, Late Afternoon. I had some very old Norwegian wood from Cap Martin that has been in my stash for forever. So I'm just trying to kind of like find placement for these things. The title is going to be from one of the Late Afternoon thicker phrases. It says sweeter than honey. And it's just a photo of my daughter being really cute, holding up her bubble wand, pretending to be like the Statue of Liberty because she's obsessed with the Statue of Liberty. And then I'm just going to add in a couple like enamel dots to round things out. Of course, my camera cut off before you could see that, but there they are right there. And then I added in, I think, a little sticker thing from Coco Vanilla Studio because I have a lot of those that just have small phrases on them. And like literally this is almost it. I'm doing the journaling right here, just writing a quick bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of misting spray. So this whole layout probably, I mean, this has been sped up, so it's less than 8 minutes, but the whole layout probably took me like maybe 20 minutes to do, even with the detail of doing the punching and cutting the paper and all of that. And I mean, I really didn't use that many embellishments here because with those circle punches, you don't really have to do too much extra. I did use an Amy Tangerine circle embellishment. I did foam tape, popped it up on top of one of those open circles, just for a little bit more visual interest. So the misting spray that I'm using is Avery L, the white spray, which I don't know, certain pieces of paper, it depends on the texture of the paper. It actually looks really great on photos. It stays showing on the photos on that thing that I used to cover up my photo. You can still see it, but it doesn't really stay on like regular cardstock. I don't know. So then I'm going to add in some of my very favorite mica mist from Nuvo, that gold spray, because these are fall and I like the gold color, and I just think it adds a little nice shine and pizzazz. So that's it. The close-ups are about to follow. I hope this was inspiring for you. Let me know in the comments if there are other ways that you use circles on your scrapbook layouts, or direct me to those layouts. If you have a scrapbook.com gallery or a YouTube channel of your own, I would love to follow you and get inspiration from you. Make sure you click subscribe to the channel because I don't want you to miss out on any other scrapbook process videos for the design teams that I'm on. I'm going to have another fun series coming up very soon about using kid arts and crafts ideas on your scrapbook layouts. So don't miss out on that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!